questions from her female elders. First up is her mother, Yvette. Ready to run down.
So I had a few things that I wanted to share. We're all here to celebrate this important milestone in the life of Dayna Downs, and I view this day as an acknowledgement of her rite of passage from a young girl to a young woman. And as she turns 16, I reflect on my life and her life, and I pray that her father and I have provided her with the essentials for a productive and happy life. These aren't things like iPods and laptops. This is the concept of caring for people and the world around you in the love of the Lord. But we chose the name Dayna because it's a derivative of Danielle, and Danielle comes from Daniel, meaning God is my judge. And we wanted her to embody the devotion to God as well as great strength and leadership, and this name seems very fitting for her. As Dayna has grown to be a strong and caring and empathetic person, I have no doubt that she will find true happiness. And I'm really important to me is, and I'm really happy to say that Dayna has a very full and rich legacy, and she can. We have a lot of family reunions, and we trace back a lot of family history on both sides of our families, and so she knows a lot about where she comes from and how important that is. So from Louisiana to Texas to Charlottesville to Bermuda, our families have overcome all sorts of obstacles that this country often places in front of African American families. But utilizing their talents, our families have earned college and postgraduate degrees in days when the average Black American didn't even finish high school, or the average American for that matter. Dayna has a legacy of education and community service, and I'm very happy for that. And I hope that that is something that teaches her and sustains her. Because of the strong love and family bonds that we receive from our strong legacies, we're here to bring our precious Dayna into the community of young womanhood. So I wanted to acknowledge our sacred mothers and fathers, that we haven't forgotten them, and that we thank them. So, let's see. I guess I just want to say that it's with great pride that I hope that our community will all rejoice, and as we take this opportunity to bring my baby girl into the world and welcome her as a young woman of Washingtonian, my daughter Dayna Downs. I love you, Dayna. Every young woman should have some pearls, and so I got a little gift for Dayna, and I just wanted to.
Yeah. Wow. Wow.
Silver bracelet with pearls and earrings.
Show it off, Mama. Show it off.
You have a great uncle who always says, "There goes little Johnny Man." Well, and he has the whole family saying, I would like to say that I am very pleased that you are that, because you are smart, talented, beautiful, and very creative, and all of the things that I wish you to be and which I were. So I would just like to say congratulations, I love you, and I will always cherish you as my family.
Please don't think of me only as your godmother and your favorite aunt, but also as your friend. And know you can come to me at any time with your teenage girl questions. I don't call myself an expert, but after going through it 3 times, with 3 totally different teenage personalities, I just might be able to give you some pretty good advice. I still can't believe that you're 16. You were always the baby, and now you are well on your way to adulthood. So hard to believe. When I was thinking of what kind of advice or inspirational message I could give you today, I came up with several keywords, and when most of them were representative of the letters of your name. So I'm going to start with, of course, the letter D for determination. It doesn't matter how many say it can't be done or how many had tried it before. It's important to realize that whatever you're doing is your first attempt at it. Never let the odds keep you from doing what you know in your heart you were meant to do. First, say to yourself what you would be, and then just do what you have to do. As Winston Churchill once said, the pessimist sees difficulty in every opportunity, but the optimist sees opportunity in every difficulty. A, for assertiveness. It is not what you do, but who you are. You must believe in yourself, or no one else will believe in you. Always be self-confident, self-reliant, and even if you don't make it, you know you will have done your best. Most importantly, never give up. The why? Youthful. For now.
For now.
The most powerful relationship you will have in life is the relationship you have with yourself. Start now making that relationship a meaningful one. Strive to enjoy every minute and make good choices along the way. You only get one chance to be young, so make the best of it. If I knew as a teenager what I know now, I would have taken Granddad's words a little more seriously when he said, stay young as long as you can and grow up when you can't help yourself.
That's it.
The N would be for noble. Thinking is the hardest work there is, which is probably why so few people engage in it. Change your thoughts, and you change your world and everyone in it. Be who you are and say what you feel, because those who mind don't matter, and those who matter don't mind. Just remember, you can be a noble thinker and have a positive attitude. The A would be for achievement. Visualize your goals, short-term and long-term. Dreams seldom materialize on their own. You must do something to make them happen. And never regret the choices you make along the way. Good days may bring you happiness, but the bad days bring you experience. Both are essential in life, and all are God's blessings. In closing, I would like to say how proud I am to be your godmother, your favorite aunt, and your friend. And I know you're going to go forward and do great things. I love you very much.
Yes. Great minds think alike, huh? Great minds think alike.
Okay, now we'll hear from her male elder, Mr. Daryl Brooks, who happens to also be Dayna's godfather.
Well, I don't know why she had to start out with that. That really hurt. That really hurt me. Anyway, tomorrow is the first day of Dayna being 16. Is that correct? Tomorrow would be 16 years of a beautiful flower being born. Beautiful flower. Today, I told Dayna, you're the one. You are the one. I meant it. Dayna to me has always been very, very, very special. Very special. Not because I was called late at night, say 3:30 in the morning. 16 years ago, tomorrow, there was one of our abnormal, every 10 years, 20 feet of snow that we get here in the metropolitan area. And that call came in and said, Daryl, could you come pick me and my wife up? I think she's ready to deliver. So I did say to them earlier that evening, you know, I have a 4-wheel drive. If you need me, call me. I didn't think they would do it. It was shut down.
Wow.
Snow everywhere. Made it there. I don't know how we got Yvette in the car, but we did. And anyway, it was difficult getting out of there and into their neighborhood, and then trying to get out of their neighborhood. And Wisconsin Avenue had been plowed, and the side streets you couldn't get through. So we had to put my truck in 4-wheel drive and just drive as fast as we could, bust through a mound of snow and slid into Wisconsin Avenue and then shot up to,
Hey!
what was the name of the hospital? Sibley Hospital. Sibley Hospital. We got them there safely. They thanked me. We helped Yvette out the car into the emergency room, and they said thank you, and I went home. Took me about 40 minutes to get home. Took off all the wet clothes, got in bed, felt good about what I did, laid my head on the pillow, and the phone rang. And it was Mark. And he said, Daryl, would you come back and get us? Excuse me?
Say what?
Yvette doesn't want to be here. We need to get a ride over to George Washington Hospital. I said, did you call any of your friends? Long story short, I went and got him and took him to George Washington Hospital, and a flower, a beautiful flower named Dayna was born.
Yep.
And I can't believe it's 16 years. Dayna, I love you. You're beautiful. You are the one. And if there's anything I can tell you, if you're the smartest one in the room, find a different one. You want to be in a room with people as smart as you or smarter. You can always learn from other people's mistakes and yours. And from the outside looking in, you have a beautiful family. I know you have a beautiful family. Nothing comes before family. Very important. I think Yvette, you have done a great job.
All for myself.
In spite of. But I am offended that I wasn't the godfather. I am offended that Dayna's name wasn't Daryl. Her middle name wasn't Daryl. I've never been recognized. And, exactly. But bottom line, tomorrow's a beautiful day. 16 days of a beautiful flower being born. And if everyone can get Dayna in hand, she's real. Love you, Dayna.
So now we're going to move on to the next male elder, Brett Murray, who is my godfather. And he's going to talk about his relationship with Dayna.
Hello, everyone, all the dignitaries, invited guests of guess I just wanted to tell a little story. And I guess that now that you're 16 and you're technically an emancipated minor, I guess it's time for you to know the truth.
Let's go.
All started back, I remember it was one lazy Saturday afternoon, morning rather, and I was sitting back with my ex. We won't go there, but I was laying back. And we were having a lazy, just kick back in bed, thinking, should we have children? Should we not have children? We're having a serious conversation about that. But since we did decide, and I want to say that since I have two of the best children in the world, I want to get that out of the way. Okay? Well, I was a little concerned because I was looking at my gene pool from my particular family and the other side as well, and I was like, this is a little iffy here, you know. So I looked at Mark and Yvette's wonderful children. There was Ray, Mark, all of the children. I said, if I could guarantee my kids would be like that, I would go for it. So that day, we actually called over to Mark and Yvette and said, what are you guys doing? Well, we're just kicked back having a lazy Saturday. I said to Mark, as opposed to, but anyway, but it was just kicked back, and I said, you know, if I could guarantee that my kids would be as wonderful as yours, I was thinking, you know, Yvette, what do you think about being a surrogate? Whoa! And, so we talked about that for a while, and so then, you know, Yvette and I actually talked about it. We actually, you know, got serious about having that conversation. So went back and, you know, took Yvette back home to Mark, and Mark says, you know, so did you guys decide to have, you know, what did you guys do about the in vitro? And I said, in vitro?
Oh, Lord. Okay.
So anyway.
All right, big homie. All right. Easy there. Easy
I'm
there.
saying all that to say, Dayna, come give me a hug. Goes along with Darryl. Now, I also had a four-wheel drive.
Oh, Lord.
That day that Dayna was born at, was it George Washington Hospital? I got a call since they've exhausted all their points with Darryl at that point. And they said, can you give us a ride home? Because the same snowstorm was there.
Wow.
So I got down there, and you know, it's a lot of studies been done on birth order. You know, whether, you know, the first child, the second child, third child, and how they play in the family dynamics. And I just made notice that they just didn't seem like they were ready for Dayna. You know? When I got there, they were like, okay, can you give us a ride home? And I said I would. And we came downstairs, and they realized they did not have a car seat.
Oh,
and they do not let the baby out of the hospital without a car seat. We actually had to sneak Dayna out of, you don't even remember that, do you? We had to sneak Dayna out of the hospital, okay? They told me that I had to distract the nurse as we put Dayna in the car, okay? So they knew that, they said, go over and talk to her, and they know that, you know, I got mad game. So I was able to go ahead and talk to her. And they actually put Dayna in the car. I don't know if you knew that story. And then we had to take her in the four-wheel drive through the snow without a car seat. Then we got back to the house, and we're sitting there, and Dayna's sitting there, and she had the prettiest eyes I've ever seen in my life. She was just sitting there, just a happy child all the time. And she was kicked back there in the house, and Mark says, in the snow, keep in mind, there was probably about 8 inches of snow still left at that point. Well, you know, at that point, most of it had been plowed, but after plowing, about 8 inches still there. Wanted to know, could I give him a ride over to Mom and Dad's house to pick up the crib? And I said, y'all weren't ready for the crib? It was born at, was it George Washington Hospital? I got a call since they've exhausted all their points with Darryl at that point. And they said, can you give us a ride home? Because the same snowstorm was there.
Wow.
So I got down there, and you know, it's a lot of study has been done on birth order. Whether, the first child, the second child, third child, and how they play in the family dynamics. And I just made notice that they just didn't seem like they were ready for Dayna. When I got there, they were like, okay, can you give us a ride home? And I said I would. And we came downstairs and they realized they did not have a car seat.
Oh, easy.
And they do not let the baby out of the hospital without a car seat. We actually had to sneak Dayna out of, you don't even remember that, do you? We had to sneak Dayna out of the hospital, okay? They told me that I had to distract the nurse as we put Dayna in the car, okay? So they knew that, they said, go over and talk to her, and they know that, I got mad game. So I was able to go ahead and talk to her. And they actually put Dayna in the car. I don't know if you knew that story. And then we had to take her in the four-wheel drive through the snow without a car seat. Then we got back to the house, and we're sitting there, and Dayna's sitting there, and she had the prettiest eyes I've ever seen in my life. She was just sitting there, just a happy child all the time. And she was kicked back there in the house, and Mark says, in the snow, keep in mind, there was probably about 8 inches of snow still left at that point. Well, at that point, most of it had been. But anyway, we love you very much, and we expect good things. Thank you. Good.
Person we bring up is Uncle Charles Jackson.
Dayna, you really are a blessing to the family. Now, I've known Mark since, Mark's always been an inspiration to me. He's been much older than me. I've always looked at Mark as like a father. Yeah, right. And of course, the Downs family, they always throw great parties. If you've ever been in one, you guys have done it again. I tell you.
No doubt.
Another great party. But again, I just really want to say that Dayna, you are an inspiration to your family. Definitely anointed. You're definitely God's gift to us. You are creative. You're beautiful. And I remember the day you were born, because Mark called me. He didn't call me in the middle of the night because he knew I wasn't going to come. But if I'd have known, you just turned out like fantastic. We have nothing but great expectations for you. The bar has been set high for you from your older brothers and sisters, but we know you're going to exceed that tremendously. Your education is going to really take you to far places. The fact that you attend the most prestigious high school in the Washington, D.C. area. Now, how many people here go to McKinley Tech? Can you stand up, please? All right. Now, how many people attended Roosevelt High School? Sorry. McKinley Tech is in the house. Over here, trainers. All right. McKinley. Right here. Oh, I tell you, I went to McKinley also. So that's probably where this is coming from. But again, man, I want to say that you continue to exceed all your expectations. You are definitely a blessing to your family. As I said, the bar has been raised high, so you have a lot of hurdles to get over. But I'm going to tell you a few things. Trust in the Lord with all your heart. In anything, pray about it. Don't let anybody tell you that you can't do something.
I have helped to raise Dayna. I taught her the birds and the bees facts, and for those of you that don't know about the birds and the bees, my advice has always been to her, that bees sting, birds poop, stay away from both of them, okay? That's you can turn the world on with your smile. You can take a nothing day and suddenly make it all seem worthwhile. Help me. Well, it's you, girl, and you should know it. With each little laugh and every movement you show it. Love is all around, no need to waste it. Here's your lucky chance, why don't you take it? You're gonna make it after all.
Yeah.
Okay, we're actually going to backtrack a little bit and do the inspirational song selection next by Gail Shipp.
I used to think that I could not go on.
All right.
And life was nothing but an awful song. But now I know the meaning of true love. I'm leaning on the everlasting arms. If I can see it, then I can do it. If I just believe it, there's nothing to it. I believe I can fly. I believe I can touch the sky. I think about it every night and day. Spread my wings and fly away. I believe I can soar. You see me running through that open door. I believe I can fly. I believe you can fly. We all believe you can fly. See, I was on the verge of breaking down. Sometimes silence can seem so loud. There are miracles in life you must achieve. But first, I know it starts inside of you. If you can see it, then you can do it. Just believe it. There's nothing to it. Everybody, I believe I can fly.
All right.
I believe I can touch the sky. I think about it every night and day. Spread my wings and fly away. I believe I can soar. I see me running through that open door. I believe you can fly. We believe she can fly. We believe you can fly. Oh, oh, oh. If you just believe it, we believe you can fly.
Okay, I had a whole thing I wrote up for Dayna and forgot it in my haste. So I'll just have to wing it. And so after some of these things have been said, it's a little tough. But from a father's standpoint, you know, this kind of reminds me of our 30 to 45 minute little jaunts in the morning when I have a captive audience. Dayna Downs. And I pull out the lecture sword. Much like to and from practice, to and from games with Mark. I had him right there. I had him saying anything I wanted to say, passing every little morsel of advice I could. And sometimes it was like this. Sleep. But I think something was getting through, and there's a lady that Ray will read her letter or later.
but she calls Dayna my little project. She's my last, and if you listen to Charles Jackson, Dayna the trainer, I'd say the best for last. Now, I have a different opinion on that because I'm a rough rider. I'm a rough rider. Yeah, everybody has a different opinion. But I just want to say that in planning all of this, and I have to give credit where it's due, I do not know what high tea is. I probably still don't. My wife and her infinite wisdom, and my daughter and her creative skill, put all this together, and it's kind of done in a very truncated time frame, and that's why you saw us rustling around here as you entered. But it is a labor of love, and I want to say I love you, baby, very much. And hope that this has been as enjoyable for you as it is for us. Thank you.
I didn't really want to prepare anything, but everyone seemed so formal. I thought I'd write just a couple of words down so I wouldn't forget what I was going to say. You are my last grandbaby, one of my favorite grandbabies. As you all know, she's the last of the 9 grandchildren that my wife and I are proud of. And as you also know, her would be her older sister passed away at 9 months old. A rough time for all of us. As I said before, she's one of my favorites. And all of my 8, out of all of the 8, and if all 8 of them were at the edge of a cliff and someone said to me, you can only save one, which one would you save? So I'd probably run up to the edge of the cliff and I'd say, come on, kids. I couldn't possibly pick one. Let me say first also that Miller Gray, he knows Dayna quite well, and he was supposed to send us a little proclamation for her birthday, but I didn't get all of the data to him in time, and he apologized that he was not going to be able to. He really wanted to stop fast, but he didn't. One of the things that he remembers about Dayna is when her favorite teacher was fired during the time that Michelle Reed had this mass firing of teachers. Dayna felt very, very, she was impacted by that, seriously, and she went downtown and testified before the city council when Mayor Gray was the chairman of the council. And I think you know that when she was there, a number of the news media interviewed her. In fact, it was on channel, I think it was channel 5, but it was quite interesting because Dayna felt very, very concerned about that incident. And of course, Vince Gray remembers that. I think you all know that she's a sophomore at McKinley.
Yes.
And she is the president of her class.
Let's go.
Last year, when she was a freshman, she was the president of her class. So you can see she's got little political things in her background there. In fact, when she was a freshman, one of my church members would come to me every day, Mr. Downs, your daughter Dayna, I didn't even know who knew Dayna. Your daughter Dayna is running a campaign at McKinley. She's made up banners, she's handing out buttons, she talks to anywhere she can find a group of freshmen gathered, and she's running for president. And man, I don't know how in the world anybody else could even compete with her. Well, she did win, and I was quite proud of her. But this guy, you know, Mr. Money, Money, and I was quite proud of that. But she was really, she's really quite a student, and I'm so very proud of her. I would expect her to really go places in life. I know that she's interested in biology and biological sciences. I understand that she would like to be involved in either forensic medicine or crime scene type of work. So I certainly hope that she will keep that in her sights and that she will be successful at anything that she does. And I've just got to tell you one thing that she is, that she's a little bit more than just a little granddaughter. She is one of the best huggers I have ever seen. And whenever I can see her and whenever I can get close to her, come here, Dayna.
She is a good hugger. She's a good hugger.
That's my favorite little hugger. So thank you and I wish you very much success in everything you do. I know that you will.
Agreeing to do this in short notice. I think I asked her this week. But I have another friend that came in town, and I asked him to just come by. And he is going to pleasure us with one selection real quick. And I'd like for you all to put your hands together for Warren Fisher.
Wow, this is nice, isn't it? How about another round of applause for the parents? Yeah. You know, it's so nice because, now see, I know Dayna only vicariously through her dad and his bragging for 16 years. I've had to hear about you. And, you know, I've known Mark, I guess, for at least 100 years, and Daryl and other friends out here. We won't say how or where or why, but we've known each other for a long time, and I can honestly say that I've never heard Mark Downs say a negative word about any human being, even human beings that I didn't like. And that, you know, says everything about what's been poured into Dayna's character. So with that, I'm just going to give you a few lyrics from a Sinatra tune. When you start to ask yourself about life and what should you ask of life, maybe you'll consider some of these lyrics. Fly me to the moon.
Oh, Lord.
Let me play among the stars. Let me see what spring is like on Jupiter and Mars. You say to life, in other words, hold my hand. In other words, why don't you meet me? Fill my heart
song. Let me sing forevermore. You are all I long for, all I worship and adore. In other words, please be true. In other words, I love you.
Shortchanged I was until Dayna came along. My dad has nicknames for all three of us. I don't know if you guys know, but the first nickname when I was born, my nickname was Goop. G-O-O-P. Goop.
I didn't know that.
I don't know where he got it from, but it's always been Goop. My brother was born, and he got the nickname Big Guy. It's a little better than Goop, but whatever. It is what it is.
They got the old guy. BG.
Dayna was born. Does anyone know what he calls Dayna?
Little Uncle. Dayna Dane.
Pretty as a picture. And I know Dayna feels shortchanged a lot of the time because she thinks me and Mark gang up on her, but it's just not true.
We actually made a song for it. It goes, pretty, pretty, pretty as a picture.
Yeah.
Anyway, we don't gang up on you, Dayna. We love you. Everything we do, to you, about you, for you, it's all because we love you. So we're gonna give you a little musical tribute because we know you love Glee. You know, she goes to McKinley's like the show Glee. So we're gonna kind of give you a Glee tribute.
Right. But better.
Uncle got some.
But better because it's us.
Yeah.
Uncle got some. Oh, yeah.
I love you, sister, girl, but this is a bitter world. I'm glad that I have you through the whole out there.
And now that you're 16, you may want to change some things. But if you think I'm really different, don't you dare.
Don't start believing when they will stop teasing. Don't start believing when they will stop teasing. We would never do that to you. You heard of Dayna's birthday?
What?
16. What?
What? Oh.
Man, let's get it.
Let's show it.
Let's show them what we got. One. Looking at the gym, it's a balance and that. No sleep, we can never put the money in. I'm screaming, it's better than that. You should just say bad and that I'm machine energetic as a fresh battery. So focus and don't get involved with love. It's a good person watching me catch me out. Woo! Ooh, I killed it.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, young Ray, get him, John.
I'm the big sister, so you know I gotta show what to do. Let's go! Because I'm the big sister and I'm feeling like I gotta clear the air, clear the air, clear the air. By the way, I'm loving what you're wearing, but if it's not my closet, I ain't even gonna go there.
Go!
Baby, you ain't never cheated, lady. Well, your hair's a little blondie, but you still love the kind.
Let's go!
You gotta show that you know you gotta keep moving forward, going at him like it's running through your curveballs, so step up and pound him. If they got a mouse, call me and I'll be like you was Dallas. Yes,
Young
baby.
Ooh, bass guy swag.
Oh, yeah.
Maybach music.
Murder 8.
This is a very special time for you. You're turning sweet 16. Congratulations. I'm sorry I can't be there to celebrate this momentous occasion with you, but I certainly wanted to take a moment to acknowledge a very special young lady. Over the past 13 years, I've had the opportunity to work with youth in the district on the prevention of substance abuse and use. One thing I've learned is that in this world it takes all kinds of people to make a difference. And over the past year, you've done just that, made a difference. As you know, I've had the pleasure of knowing your parents for a while. Your dad used to bother me in nursery school. He was in high school. And your mom, since she met your dad. While talking to your dad one day, I asked him if he knew of any youth in Ward 3 that would be interested in working with my organization, the National Capital Coalition to Prevent Underage Drinking, and the Ward 3 and 4 Prevention Center, and he quickly mentioned you. I also told him that you would have the opportunity to work on the tobacco compliance enforcement operations during the summer. Well, I hadn't seen you since you were a little girl, so when you walked into my office, I was surprised as to how much you had grown up to be a beautiful young lady. What I noticed next was so surprising, especially since your last name was Downs, you were shocked. At first, I said, wow, how does she make it in her household, and how is she going to work with these wild and crazy teens and police officers? Well, to my surprise, you could hold your own. Not only did you have the courage to walk into stores and ask for cigarettes or alcohol, you actually made purchases. Shy, quiet Dayna. Since our initial meeting last summer, you have not only worked on compliances, but have joined our youth advocates group. As well, you have become a trained youth leader in the fight of substance abuse for the ward you live in, Ward 3. Dayna, through your shyness, you stepped forward as a strong presenter and advocate, and I'm so proud of you for this. You're reliable, dependable, and have great passion for the work you do. A lesson that I've learned, be careful with shy folks, because when they get in their minds to move forward on an issue, they move. NCCPUD thanks you for supporting our efforts, and I'm so proud to have you a member of our exclusive family. Keep up the good work. Happy 16th birthday, Nadine Parker.
Every young woman should have some pearls, and so I got a little gift for Dayna, and I just wanted to
Yeah. Wow. Wow.
silver bracelet with pearls and earrings.
Show it off, mama. Show it off.
Sacrificing what? Gotta stop. Gotta stop. Gotta stop. Look deep inside. Have I ever said I'm proud of you just because you are? Have I ever said the words I love you? I mean really said I love you. It starts today. Have I ever told you how much you mean to me? Have I ever sat you down and looked you straight in your eyes? Have I ever held you by your shoulders, just you and me? Thanks for being alive. It starts today. It starts today.
Yeah, buddy.
Let's bow our heads and pray. Thank you, Almighty God, for 16 years of glory and favor, of honor and blessings in the lives of our families,
And we thank you, Lord, that we're gathered here safely. We thank you for allowing us to just love one another as you commanded us. We thank you, Lord, for the life and blessing of our sister, our family member, of my niece, Dayna Downs. Lord, we love you, we love her, and we surround love each and every one of us as we part and as we go our separate ways. Let us have traveling mercies. And we just praise you. This is just a time of giving thanks. We don't always have times to give thanks, and we thank you that we have this time to give thanks. And for that, we thank you even more. Thank you for each other, for one another. We can never say it enough. Amen.
Brett, like you know. Brett, you can't break the phone, man. Go as you go, Brett. Go as you go. Go everybody. Watch your back. All right, rewind, start over. Let's go. All right, Mark, go.